Hello. In the summer of 2005, I was 16 years old, and I chose to get a job at the urging of my parents, as well as the fact that I wanted money to be able to buy Digimon pendulums. Actually, I didn't know I'd be buying Digimon pendulums with that money, but it occurred to me after I got the job that I could do that. So, during that summer, I went to the local miniature golf course and asked them if I'd be able to be hired on to assist with whatever things they needed. Unfortunately, it was a very wet summer, and the golf course didn't have enough business to hire on a 16-year-old to come and help them. So I went with the standard backup option and applied to the McDonald's down the road from said golf course. I was, of course, accepted because I had a working set of hands and was able to get that job with that much trouble. After getting that job, I worked evenings after school as well as mornings on Saturdays, those Saturday mornings in which I would see the owner of the golf course, who unfortunately had to deny my employment. He would come in and order a sausage McMuffin with a small senior coffee. And so I would see him every week, pretty much for the rest of my high school career. And he would, from time to time, give me free passes to the mini golf course, so that wasn't a total wash. During my time at McDonald's, I found that they introduced a new item to the menu, the snack wrap. The snack wrap was based on the existing Chicken Selects, which Chicken Selects, unlike chicken nuggets, were marketed as a more premium variety of chicken from McDonald's. These Chicken Selects were very crispy on the outside, tasted very similar to the same chicken tenders that Kentucky Fried Chicken was selling at the time. Not the ones they're selling currently, but the ones they were selling back then. So very crispy breading, juicy-ish chicken. You know, it's tasty enough. I wouldn't say it's exactly premium stuff, but it was better than the nuggets themselves. So with those Chicken Selects, they produced the snack wrap, which was a tortilla that contained said Chicken Select, as well as some cheese, some shredded cheese, and some shredded lettuce and some ranch. They would later break out into other varieties of sauce to throw on those, such as buffalo and whatever the heck else they did, but I didn't care. I liked the ranch ones. So when I would work at McDonald's, and in the evenings especially, I would often work drive-thru, and during my stints in drive-thru, I would go ahead and prepare myself a little chicken snack wrap in order to make the evening go a little bit nicer. They're a special little treat for me. I enjoy these snack wraps very, very much and would eat them regularly throughout my time at McDonald's, but thankfully I was a teenager at the time and eating all that awful, awful food did not negatively affect my body too much. Of course, that would change when I got into my 20s and things started affecting me, but by the time I was in my 20s, the snack wrap was kind of on its way out. They had gotten rid of the Chicken Selects entirely and replaced them with nothing. So the snack wraps were instead chopped up crispy chicken patties that they would use for their chicken sandwiches. Not the McChicken, thank heavens, but the alternative wasn't much better, often resulting in a often rubbery, gross chicken experience. And shortly thereafter, they completely phased out the snack wrap sometime in the early 2010s. I don't remember exactly when, but either way, I was very sad by that loss. It was something that was imitated by other restaurants as well. Wendy's and Burger King both had their own version, as did Dairy Queen even, and other places, and they would come back to those places from time to time, but it was never quite the same as that original snack wrap. Even today, I make homemade snack wraps using some frozen chicken tenders and my own tortillas, cheese, lettuce, and ranch. Buttermilk ranch, of course. And they're pretty good, I have to say. I actually like them, especially when you use those tortillas that you have to cook before you eat them. So why am I going on about all this and what should be a Digimon channel? Well, there is no good reason other than the fact that I just want to, and for the very good reason that many of you know that I've been clamoring for the return of the snack wrap for years. It has been my Discord status for who knows how long. Or is it no? My status is defeats you in the bathroom after class. My Discord bio has been bring back the snack wrap for many years, and many people know how much I care for that particular type of tasty, delectable tortilla wrapped goodness. So now we are in an age where apparently other people, not just me, have asked for the return of the snack wrap. And because of that, it has, in fact, returned. So I now present to you the eating of the snack wrap. I have acquired this day this bag and this soda. I have decided to go with the recommended offering of the 2 snack wrap meal that they had on class, and so it comes with some fries, which I will now dump onto this plate. Classic McDonald's fries. And the snack wraps themselves. So there are 2. They have the ranch marker right here. I'm not sure if they have other flavors yet or if they will. I guess it depends on how successful they are. But these are made using the McCrispy, not the Chicken Select, because there is no Chicken Select returning. There is just the McCrispy. And I had had a McCrispy, and I was not pleased with McCrispy, because it is not, in fact, crispy. As its name would imply, it is honestly pretty soft. The original Chicken Selects had often globs of breading that were very crunchy, as it were. And while that may not be necessarily the most appetizing sounding things, it did make them stand out compared to other types of tenders. These tenders tend to be pretty soft, and that might cause some poor marks against them. So we're going to see how this goes. We have our Coca-Cola, of course, because this is America. And in America, we drink Coca-Cola. It is why I am so unhealthy, because I drink Coca-Cola. On our plate, we'll take one fry. That is a cold fry. These were not taken from the McDonald's that long ago. They've gotten cold really fast. I wish I had prepared myself some ketchup. I did not. Yep, those are fries, all right. Not the best. Much better with ketchup. Much better when they're fresh, too. Gosh, these are not fresh. The ketchup I use, in case you're wondering, is the Heinz no sugar ketchup. They use stevia instead in it. It makes it much less sweet. And I like that type of ketchup. So let's go ahead and just open up one of these snack wraps. This one's got a little sticker on it. You gotta peel away. We open it up. And here we go. Oh, there's also apparently a spicy variety that you can get. So that's what the wrapper implies. So there's snack wrap spicy. We got ranch, so I do not get the spicy type. I cannot handle spice. 2 days ago, I was at Epic Universe in Orlando. We ate at the Blue Dragon, a lovely restaurant. Food was all right, but they had a mocktail there called the Golden Dragon, and we tried that. And it was made with jalapeno, and I didn't notice that when I ordered it, and I could not drink the whole thing. My wife instead finished that off for me. It was very tasty though, but could not handle that thing. It burned my throat. All right, so here we go. We got that classic soft tortilla. We got the cheese on there. I see their little thing. Presentation. Whoever did this tried, but they did not follow the appropriate wrapping order. I'm going to rewrap this for them to give them a little bit of leeway here, because you are supposed to fold the bottom all the way in. I made these for a living. Then fold that side in, and then you fold this side in, which produces a nice little pocket where nothing comes out the bottom. Remember that whenever you're folding even just tacos. Always fold the bottom first, that way nothing falls out. So our first bite here is not going to count. This is all a tortilla bite, because this is not a very long piece of chicken here. We're going to get those out. I'm already dying. We're going to get those out of the way so that we can actually take a full and proper bite of this snack wrap. Here we go. Pretty good. That is pretty good. I'm happy with this. I will order this again. However, that does not mean it is without complaint, because this does have a lot to live up to. Remember, we're just going to do one more bite to make sure that my complaint is founded. We're going to open up the other one, see how that one compares, see if there's any difference between the two. Okay, let's see how this one is. I'll give my full thoughts after we have given this a full proper try. Let's see if I have to refold this one. Points off for that. We are using a 5-point rating scale here, of course, because if you go 10, that's just too many. And don't even get started with me on decimals. Decimals are just right out. Why would you ever use decimals on a rating scale? No, this one actually looks a little bit better wrapped. Overall, chicken is longer too. The better looking of the two. I'm not going to refold that one. It should be okay. Wait for it to swig. Okay. Snack wrap number 2. Let's see how you do. This one's better. This one's better than that one. This is what I was looking for. This one actually does have a little bit of crispiness on that tender. The other one was pretty darn soft. See if this continues. That's solid. All right, so talk about what we're having here. So you see that cheese, you see that lettuce. Probably can't see it on the camera, but cheese, slightly melted. That's an important part of snack wrap. Cheese has to be applied directly to the chicken, so it will melt slightly onto the chicken. Cheese doesn't start off melted; it's sprinkled on like a hello Ragnamon poop, just in case you're curious. Ragnamon poop. These are living Digimon, by the way. These aren't here just for decoration. These are from a hatch where we hatch 7 different colors of Digimon. They are here. Anyway, back to the snack wrap. So the cheese did slightly melt onto the chicken as is wanted. The lettuce is surrounding that, and there is a solid, not perfectly even amount of ranch throughout this. So the left bite was a little bit more ranchy than the right one, but the ranch is also warm. That's the other thing. When you make these at home, you gotta make sure your ranch warms up a little bit to room temperature. That changes everything. Cold ranch is no good on these. Chicken is, this one's a little bit of a thinner piece of chicken, making it a little bit crispier as well in the process, making it be better between the two. This one was a little bit thicker. Breading was pretty mushy on that one. Breading was a little bit more crispy on this. Not as crispy as the original snack wrap. So that's the thing. This one is also much longer, which is nice. More bang for your buck. I forget how much these are. They're not cheap. I think they're probably like $3 a piece, which is, wild. They were $1.50 when we started selling them. I think that's only double the price, but still, that's double the price. We used to have a dollar menu when I worked there. Remember those days? And people just come in, they order a double cheeseburger, a Coke, and a fry. $3, no problem. That was 2005. That was when I worked there. And then they made the McDonald because they didn't want to keep giving people out 2 slices of cheese. And anyway, that's not for today. That's not a discussion for today. So, what do I think of this? How does it compare? So, this one was pretty good. It is not what I would say is as good as the original. Again, because of that lack of crispiness total. This one's a little bit crispier, but it's still not quite the same crispiness as the cheese flex. I'm going to knock off a point for that. Presentation-wise, that McDonald's that I went to, they used to be real good, man. They used to arrange their nuggets in the boxes in alphabetical order. Beautiful, fantastic. But nowadays they haven't been up to snuff. So I can't knock off too many points in the wrap itself for that. But if I was, I'd probably knock off a point for presentation not being as stellar as it should be. But as far as taste and complexity and all this goes, I'd give this a solid 4 out of 5, where the 5 is the original snack wrap. I would say this is probably roughly as good as the ones I make at home, which is all I'm really looking for. This is easier to make than the ones I make at home. I don't have to wait for 30 minutes for the friggin' oven to heat up. And I've got an air fryer that does okay, but it's not the same as oil fried stuff. It's part of the reason why I'm dying from eating all this crap. But don't worry, I don't eat this crap all the time. I don't recommend you do either. If you didn't like McDonald's before this video, you're not going to change your mind for a snack wrap. But if you're someone who does like the occasional chicken snack from somewhere, whether that's a KFC chicken sandwich, Chick-fil-A sandwich, or whatever kind of chicken sandwiches you're into, this is a solid option for it. I think that one thing that can make it a little bit better would probably be some pickles on there. Actually, you know what we need to do too? We need to do the classic high school thing, because we're recreating some high school memories here. Let's open this up, take a few of these cold fries. Fortunately, that you didn't do this with the snack wrap, then you didn't have one when you were in high school. This is just how you do it. You always add fries to your food. That works. Fold that back up, and yes, they did have the proper folding technique, like I said. No need to refold this one, so let's just go ahead and even with the cold fries, that's still better. Love it. Having fries in a snack wrap is just absolutely great. So we're still going to give it a 4 to 5. That's how much we're giving this thing. It is a miracle to see this come back in this day and age. And I'm probably going to order a few more times. Not today, obviously. I think this is much more than I should have of anything in one day. And I probably should go on a walk after this. But either way, if you are interested in learning more about the snack wrap, don't talk to me. This isn't what I talk about. I talk about Digimon. If you want to know more about Digimon, talk to me about Digimon. You may be wondering, how is this on this channel? I already told you why it's on this channel. And it's just what I wanted to do. It's my channel. I can do whatever I want with it. So there you go. Today's Digimon video is about chicken. It's not sponsored by McDonald's either. They would never sponsor me. And I don't know if I would accept it if they did, because I don't know that I would necessarily want to promote McDonald's. They're not they're a fast food company. What do you want me to do about that? So either way, the Digimon will not get any of the snack wrap, unfortunately. If you are curious as to what I'm raising, I'll show you one of them. We got Marine Angemon over here. It was Zudomon up until yesterday when I jogged it with Big Mamemon to become Marine Angemon. And yeah, I suppose that's all for this video. So thank you for watching and learning more about this new snack wrap with me. I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I am definitely going to grab some ketchup out of the fridge, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!